Good morning, gearheads. This is your favorite comedian, Norm MacDonald, live from the grave. Well, it's been 3 years yesterday since I left you all. Things must have turned to hell by now. I am in a much better place. That place being Muslim heaven. You know they give you a choice up here, and those virgins had been waiting for a while. So I did what every red-blooded American man would do in that situation. I swallowed my hypocrisy and did a Scrooge McDuck-type naked dive into the hot pile of virgins. That's what. Anyway, here to talk only about Aaron from Steel Toe, and wow, that guy is sure strange. Your host, the one, the only, Blind Mike Geary.
Well, that was a real bummer. I didn't realize it was the anniversary of Norm's death, but good to hear from him nonetheless, I suppose. Hello, everybody. We weren't supposed to do a show today, and I hesitate to call this an emergency show because I don't think Aaron Imholt making a spectacle of himself on the internet is by any means an emergency. But I did get a police escort from Providence to Boston to make sure I made it back here. And I don't care if the NFL is starting soon. I will take them down. That has always been my goal here on Sunday mornings, to ruin the NFL. So make sure you join us live and tell your friends. Say, hey, after what Scott Hansen did last week, apologizing to Tom Brady, we at least deserve to be background noise on your Sunday. And here to join me, of course, are both producers of the Blind Mike Project, Casey Day and Craig Ironhead Acone.
Hello.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah, we really can't call this an emergency show, especially after what we said about Carl last week.
I don't have a problem with Carl calling it emergent. My issue is only with him calling it a mini-sode.
That was
I
pretty
hate
gross.
that. It's the same length as the regular. They're not mini-sodes.
It's 90 minutes.
They're 2 hours.
He cut a clip from it. That's how long it was. It was so long it needed its own clip.
So, yes, this is this might be a mini-sode. We're going to do a quick hour and a half on Aaron Imholt. Because my friend Box Eating Dad sent me this video last night, and I saw it in the middle of the night and contacted the boys and said, I don't care if I have plans tomorrow. we have to break this down, and we will be doing a show tomorrow afternoon. And I said, there's no way we're going to fit this in. So it has to be its own segment. So that's what we're going to do here today. I invited my friend, the Aussie guy, on. We'll learn his real name in a few minutes. Don't worry. But I invited the Aussie guy on. He's been up for 24 hours. He's had a crazy day. So he wasn't able to make this, unfortunately. Maybe we'll be able to talk to him down the road. But he did. He had an interview with Aaron Imholt. And I did his show a couple months ago at this point. And we talked about Aaron, and I learned a lot from him because he was very early onto the Steel Toe train. When people were telling me, like, you should check out Steel Toe, I remember saying, like, I think the goal is douchey, but, like, I literally remember having this thought, and it's crazy the point we're at with Aaron. I had this thought probably about a year ago at this time. I was like, the goal is very douchey, but there's not enough there to talk about. I've done a 5-hour show on it.
Show of the year.
I was like, there's no way he mentions the goal enough for me to just goof on that. But sure enough, I was wrong.
Daily.
So people like the Aussie guy were at the forefront of that. And so I guess Aaron Imholt was on Hughesy's show. Now, the only reason I know who Hughes is because he's gone on with Carl a bunch. He's in the Dabbleverse, if you will. Why Aaron Imholt would go on that show and not think there's a chance that April or Nick Rekieta or revenge porn get brought up is beyond me. So my theory today is what you're about to watch is staged is the wrong word, but I think Aaron knew exactly what he was getting into and wanted to make a spectacle of himself. So the clip we have, I believe, is from our friend Doom, yes?
It is. Yes, sir. Great clipper on the internet. Make sure you check out Doom.
Yes, Doom, and I saw Stalin19 had a clip. I'm sure all the clippers are going to have a field day of this as well. And like I said, go subscribe to them, because if you don't want our commentary, they make it very easy to find all the Aaron Imholt stuff, and it is a lot to get through. Aaron does 6 hours of broadcasting a day, and guys like Doom make it a lot easier to find Aaron's stuff. But I guess this was on Hughesy's show, and we have 22 minutes of Aaron unhinged. So let's just fire away, get right into it, and see how it starts.
Oh, here we go. Buckle up, folks.
Oh, so I should say this is Hughesy's show, but the Aussie guy was also a guest. Now, Aaron is going to claim he doesn't know who he is, and we'll quickly find out that's not true.
Yeah, okay. That's always never true.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
The turn, bitch. The turn.
This is our friend Doom.
I actually genuinely want to ask about your show. I mean, we could, we could talk Vikings if you want to soften the blow a little bit. But no, I wanted to ask you about your show because, like, people are talking about the fact you did mention going back to radio in September. I'll just give my own overview thoughts. It does come across at the moment, whether you like it or not, it comes across that you actually hate your show right now. Like, I'm wondering, a lot of people are wondering,
Hold on, but like, he's right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to. This feels to me like we're going to hear Aaron's thoughts on it in a minute. This feels to me how I approached Tom Myers, where I was honest with him. I said, listen, we did an episode called Tom Myers, the worst comedian in the world.
Boy, did he not know that was coming.
That caught him a little off guard. I will say, I think Tom Myers is still a friend of the program. He messaged me the other day.
I saw you guys going back and forth a smidge on Twitter.
I think we're still friendly. So this feels to me like how I approach Tom Myers. It doesn't feel like he's being a cunt. He's being totally honest with Aaron about what he thinks of the show and how Aaron comes across. That's how I'm taking it. Mm-hmm. Let's find out how Aaron takes it.
This is a great observation.
It comes across that you actually hate your show right now. Like, I'm wondering, and a lot of people are wondering, what's next for your show? Is the radio thing still happening? Have you gone back and you just haven't told any of it?
It is. There was a little thing that happened back in May that we're gonna have to take care of before that all gets handled. But yeah, no, everything's great. I love doing my show. I get people kind of read a little too much into stuff on the internet. I get it. I just don't take the bait, and I think that's a lot of the big problem.
That's the problem.
The bait's already in his mouth.
That's the problem, is that Aaron doesn't take our bait. Now, the only reason we know about this radio thing is Aaron keeps mentioning it. Like, this is my problem with Aaron and a lot of his ilk. Like, Aaron is officially a lol cow now, whether he likes it or not. He's someone that people laugh at on the internet. And the similarity that Aaron has to a lot of these guys is, like, he thinks we don't all have access to all of his, like I just said, go follow our boy Doom. Who there is a catalog of Aaron making an asshole of himself, not addressing certain criticisms, bringing up the radio thing that the Aussie guy is talking about. Like, there is a long list of this stuff that people have cataloged and compiled together. And Aaron thinks he can just explain it in his own way, and we'll all be like, oh, okay. Because Aaron comes from this school of Howard Stern and shock jocks of the like, where back in the day, and this is before the internet was really prevalent, nowhere near what it is now, like, Howard could say something that we would all just believe. Like, if he said, hey, the competition is just douchebags, we'd be like, oh, okay, fuck them. If he was like, hey, Opie and Anthony are ripping me off, the audience would be like, oh, well then, fuck them. Let's ruin their fucking show. Let's call them hacks and call into their show and call them losers, because Howard dislikes them, so we think they suck. Aaron has the disadvantage of both not being as talented as people like Howard, but also we can document everything. We can go back and look at the tapes.
It's all there, unless he deletes them again.
Hang around after the show and read shit and watch shit and stuff like that. So if that means it doesn't seem like I'm interested in it, I apologize. I'll put in a little more effort, but no, I still have a good time.
But there is a lot of examples of you, like, you are honestly just sitting there going, we've got to hit this guy. Like, the goal is kind of consuming what you are at the moment, and you're constantly back to that goal, back to that
Pause
goal.
again.
Well, yeah.
Very fair. Is there a point yet where the Aussie guy is being shitty to him? Am I missing it?
No, he's talking real calmly like he's his friend, which I feel like this is a trap.
Well, I mean, maybe that's true. but I don't think he's being shitty. He's being very honest. Now, like, there's a way to go about just ambushing Aaron. I don't think this is it. I think this is the Aussie guy being very honest about what he thinks of Aaron and asking him questions that we all want to know. Here's the other thing Aaron forgets is I would say, I don't know his numbers as well as I'm sure he does, but what it seems to me is the majority of people paying attention to Aaron are coming from the Aussie guy's perspective, not Aaron's perspective. I think most of the people paying attention to this stuff want to know the answers to these questions, want to know more about the stuff with April and Nick, about the lies that Aaron has told, about the radio, the return to radio, why he obsesses over the goal. That's really all I want to know. Is I want to know more about the goal. And so for Aaron to pretend that's not what his quote unquote audience is looking at is just delusional.
I would be like, Aaron, you spend 5 hours just begging incessantly. What's it like when the red light shuts off?
So it's a good question.
What happens?
I plan on playing this tomorrow unless Aaron does something else crazy. But I sent HACKRIDE clips from another friend of the show, Real Media Player, another very good clipper. And Real Media Player does something called Only Goals, which is funny, but inaccurate because I think women that are on OnlyFans have much more dignity than Aaron does at this point. I don't think it's close, to be honest. I think showing your clam on the internet takes much more bravery than what Aaron is doing.
I don't know. It seems quite disgusting.
So, Real Media Player does a thing called Only Goals, and one I clipped from for tomorrow's show is 29 minutes and change. Now, Aaron does a 4-hour show. 30 minutes of it is begging for money. That's significant. That is a lot of time. If we spend 30 minutes on G.D. Fenderson, people think we're spending too much time on it. Like That's an actual topic. Not saying, hey, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Rumble rants. Doing that for 30 minutes a show is mentally ill. Like that is a mental illness.
The comment sections under the when we cover Aaron or whatever have been so funny lately. Like people like, my wife's getting pissed because I keep just yelling Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo in my house.
Well, that's what you have to yell it out the window because maybe the neighbors don't know yet where to donate.
Yeah, last week people were like, I just start singing loudly in my house randomly.
And to Aaron's credit, if we want to credit Aaron for something, he's created something that's sweeping the nation.
It really is.
Yeah. The goal, the goal is the talk of the town. I think it's fascinating. So for the Aussie guy to ask a question about that, I think is perfectly legitimate. I guess unless Aaron said to Husey, like, hey, I don't want to talk about the goal. That's pretty private.
I think Husey's in the chat right now. Maybe he'll tell us.
Yeah, Husey, if you can enlighten us, let us know what the limitations were.
Aaron could have gone on any show. Right? He sought out sort of a show that he knew would probably be a little nicer to him, and he literally had to go outside of America because he can't find it here.
That's fair, but also I would say if you go on Husey's show, that's not some completely I've never heard it. Like I know him only because of going on Carl's show. That's why I know him. So to go on there and think, well, there's no way they're going to ask me about the goal or April. That's delusional or purposely delusional.
I think he went on there specifically to answer that question.
Yes,
but he didn't go on anywhere else that would ask him hard. He went on these places to sort of take it all as a joke where he could finesse his nonsense.
Let's not forget, Anna Kasparian was just talking about this.
That's big. Yeah. He should have gone on the Young Turks to talk about it.
If he's going on anyone's show, expect it to come up. I don't care who it is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's gone out of his world where, again, this isn't a major deal, but like local news in Minnesota was covering it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's not CNN, but it is like it's gone out of his control a little bit.
you got to make enough money to keep going. But I have a good time doing it. I really do, and I do. I appreciate your concern. I'm not trying to belittle it or anything like that.
I don't think he does appreciate it.
I have a good time doing it. I don't know what else to tell you.
About 12 months ago, well, not about, exactly 12 months ago, you said if you were still begging for money in 12 months, that'd be the end of it. Have you seem to have changed?
There's a lot of shit that's changed in 12 months, believe me, buddy. Yeah. And just like everything else I say, I'm allowed to change my mind whatever the fuck I want to.
Okay, he's got, which, of course he is. Of course he's allowed to do whatever the fuck what do I care? It's that cunty tone that he has where I was like, oh, he knew he's already being shitty with him. Like, he's going to try to imply that the Aussie guy, like, jumped out of the bushes at him and ambushed him. This is Aaron knowing exactly what he's getting into and being very smug and very pompous. And what Aaron is good at, I think, because I think it's intentional, so I'm going to say he's good at it, is creating attention for himself, getting eyes on him. He's definitely good at that. I just think he has this weird mix of wanting people to think he's cool. Like, he wants to be the coolest guy in the room, and I'm one of the 3 greatest radio talents of all time, and here's the thing about being so fucking awesome, you know?
I mean, you can't be that cool when he currently looks like Smalls from The Sandlot.
Well, and he hates that. He talks about his looks all the time. He's very vain. He wants to be the coolest guy in the room, and yet, or how do they say? The quillest guy in the room. However they say it on Reddit. But he wants that for himself. And yet he will do things like this where it's just getting attention for attention's sake, even if he looks bad.
All right, we got a response from Husey in the chat as well.
Oh, what does he say?
Krager's, you want to read that?
I just didn't want to risk breaking up the right because they weren't using any grammar words, and honestly, I knew it was great content.
Oh, no, Husey did the right thing staying out of it. I agree. I'm curious more like, did Aaron say, hey, I'll do it, but under no circumstances do I want this, and this brought up?
Here was his first response. Aaron was not ambushed. The boxing talk was tanking. I knew Dean was going to ask Aaron questions to wrap up the episode, and then it just turned into this huge argument.
Oh, thank you, Electra. Let me throw this into the mix as well. Does Aaron think he's a boxing expert? Hey, today to talk about Tyson Fury, we've got Aaron Imholt on the line.
he's been hit in the head a bunch.
Other than headbutting April, what insight is he going to provide on this? Like, why would they have him on to talk boxing? Did he really think that's what people wanted to talk to Aaron about? So again, I submit that I think Aaron knew exactly what he's getting into. And to Husey's point right there, like, that was always kind of the plan.
I'm doing it. I don't know what else to tell you.
About 12 months ago, well, not about, exactly 12 months ago, you said if you're still begging for money in 12 months, that'd be the end of it. Have you seem to have changed?
There's a lot of shit that's changed in 12 months, believe me, buddy. Yeah. And just like everything else I say, I'm allowed to change my mind whatever the fuck I want to.
Nice, man.
You are allowed. So that's it. You just change your mind. That's your attitude's changed. You're happy to just keep going after that goal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Does it bother you? Like, does it?
Oh my God! Like, is there a certain way you want me to answer you? Is there?
No. I'm just asking.
You had one question and I didn't answer it the way you wanted to, so now you're asking me kind of the same.
This is Aaron being shitty.
Yes. Like,
this is just Aaron leaping to, oh, fuck you. I guess I didn't give you the answer you want. He said fair enough, and he was going to ask a follow-up. There's nothing, no one wronged Aaron in this interview. Like, he's going to spin it so that he's the victim and the haters came after him, but it was yet another win for the toe, baby. But like,
at least, yeah, John lets words be said. This guy didn't
not
even
always.
say anything. Well, that's true. But
John's tough to argue with because he'll just yell over you. But this is just someone like pretending that something's happening that isn't.
Also true.
Question in 3 different ways.
No, it's
I wanted to come on here. I want to talk a little boxing with you. I thought that's what we were doing, and now
like he's Jim Lampley. Talk a little boxing with you. Like, we have Max Kellerman and Aaron Imholt on the line.
It's an interview process.
If you want to do an interview with me, I'd be glad to do an interview with you. that would be great. I'm not here to do an interview with you today. What? And I'll be honest with you, you trying to like start an interview with me today under the pretext of this, I'm not impressed by it. I don't like,
fuck off.
No, you're not impressed. But Aaron, we want so badly to impress you.
Let's hear that 90s song. That don't impress me much. No.
That's a banger. I don't want any smear on that song.
I'm not impressed by it.
What a fucking pussy.
That's what a girl says.
He is a smug little bitch, and he wants so badly to be Howard Stern. Like, I've seen, and I'm sure Craig as a listener has heard this. Like, it's like, it reminded me a lot of like when people try to imitate Kirk. And it's like, it's a good imitation, but there's something that's missing. Like there's just a talent that a guy like Kirk has that you're not pulling off.
Like Mick.
Yeah. It's like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But there's an X factor there that's hard to even explain what it is, but it's impossible to duplicate. Like Howard has a lot of those children and O&A have a lot of those children. And I think that's what you're seeing with Aaron, where it's like, oh, you're doing a halfway decent Howard impression. You're actually doing like more of an Opie impression, really. what you should take stock in.
You're doing an Opie impression while thinking you're doing a Kumia impression.
You're doing an Opie impression now. But like
he just sits there and reads the chat.
Do you see what I'm saying though? Where it's like it's Aaron trying to be this alpha guy who people want acceptance from. And the impression is not bad, but there's just something where he doesn't pull it off. Like it just comes across very poorly. And more than like wanting his acceptance, you kind of just feel bad for him.
So he's this mad and there's 30 minutes left of this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Or shenanigans.
I mean, Husey invited me on the show, and I came on the show. And...
No, I'll do an interview with you. If you want to DM me or talk to me or anything, you want to set up an interview or something, we can do.
You want to do an interview tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern? I do my show.
The fucking Vikings are on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Vikings Day, my friend.
Not at 10 a.m. They're not at 10 a.m.
The whole day is Vikings Day.
He's like, I specifically chose a time. They're not. What do you got? Nothing going on. You just said any time.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of fucking around. I probably won't do an interview with you.
Oh, okay.
I probably won't. You just kind of the whole way you kind of jumped on. That's so weird,
Aaron. I remember 2 seconds ago when you were like, anytime, any place.
This was pitched as like we're gonna.
Hold on, sorry. This is where Aaron is just like not good at this because it's so easy to call him out. Like, hey, if you want to talk to me about this anytime, anywhere. And that's again, if you're trying to be Stern would have done that. Stern would have taken on this debate because Stern probably did have things that he wasn't willing to talk about on air, but we didn't know that. You can't go on your show every day and mention A, B, and C and then refuse to talk about them. You can't constantly talk about both your ex-wives and the swinging you did and the drug use and your current slam piece and the revenge porn that, by the way, you sent on air allegedly. You can't talk about all this stuff. And then when you're asked about it, be like, whoa, what is this? You're asking about this on air? That's over the line.
Going to go on and talk boxing and shit today. I'm not impressed by it. I'm not impressed by how you went about doing this.
Hughes invited me on the show. It's not like...
Well, not to interview me, though. Like, not to interview me. It's kind of, no offense, kind of a scumbag move.
Scumbag move.
That's how I kind of perceive it.
Let's talk scumbag moves. What about you told a story about how you got like nose to nose.
No. I'm not gonna
he knows where that's going.
Aaron's wait. I opened the scumbag can of worms.
Wait,
I've been a real scumbag.
No. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna sit here and do fucking Aaron stories. If you want to sit here and impress, I don't know who you're trying to impress.
I'm not
Aaron. Whoa. Aaron. You're Aaron. You're the interview subject. You're not on there to talk about yourself because your whole show is about yourself. It's like if I went on the Aussie guy's show and he was like, Mike, I see that you've done episodes about Don Rickles and Rodney Dangerfield. Let me ask you a few questions about him. And I went, whoa, what the hell is this?
Dude,
I'm not here to talk comedy with you. Who the fuck do you think you are? Aaron, your show is about yourself. You can't do 4 hours a day talking about the goal and your personal life. And then when someone asks you about either, be like, boy, that's a real scumbag. You're a scumbag.
You're a real piece of shit.
This was a scumbag piece of shit rat move, asking me about the things I talk about every single day.
I like how you teach these guys, Mike.
I don't know who you're trying to impress.
I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm asking
through everything I've ever done. I'm not interested. I'll be honest. If you want to cut it here, we can cut it here, and then we can keep going. If you want to make this about all the problems I have with Aaron Imholt, figure that out on your own.
Okay, Aaron, that's fine.
Any issues? If you say one more fucking word about any problem you have with me, I'll be glad to take off. I got better shit to do. But if you want to drop it now and we can keep going, then you can drop it now and we can.
I'm just a fellow who wants to talk boxing. I want to reminisce about Rocky Marciano.
That'd be fucking great though if you do go on his show, he asks you about Rickles and you're like, you want to talk Blind Mike? You can't talk Blind Mike, right?
You scumbag rat piece of shit.
You garbage human.
I swear to Christ. You keep Carl Reiner's name out of your mouth. Now, if you want to talk about the drug use and the swinging I do, that's fine.
Okay, Aaron. You've laid your cards on the table. I accept that.
Okay.
Right? You don't want to talk about this stuff. You don't want someone to challenge you.
That's not what I came here to talk about. I'll talk about it on my show.
That's fine. This is
I'll talk about it somewhere else.
Can I talk, please? I just let you talk. Can I talk?
Aaron, hey, let me talk, gentlemen. Aaron, there's nothing interesting about you other than this stuff. The stuff that the Aussie guy wants to bring up to you, that's what's interesting about you. You talking boxing sounds dreadfully boring. Husey, if you're still with us, shame on you for wanting this man to talk boxing. That sounds utterly horrific.
Yeah, explain yourself, Husey. What the fuck?
I think it's genius. He's like, how do I get this tart here? Oh, here's a piece of cheese. You like to punch things. Oh, okay, I'll come over here.
Sure, of course.
That's a very good explanation.
I don't actually blame Husey for doing it, but for Aaron to think that people wanted to talk boxing or anything else with him is delusional. Of course, another show, and again, a whatever you want to call it, Dabbleverse adjacent show. This is the stuff they're going to want to ask you. And if you knew the Aussie guy was on, which, by the way, we'll realize he does know who this guy is soon. So if you know that, Aaron, don't come on and pretend you're the victim because people are ambushing with you with this stuff. We know this stuff because you presented it. Like right now, if Craig was like, by the way, Mike, you have macular degeneration, yes? And I was like, Jesus, Craig, what are you looking into my medical records, you scum? Like, no. You've said this before on air.
We're not talking Blind Mike right now.
That's right. We're not talking Blind Mike.
Can we try the Stuttering John trick on him?
What's that?
That's where you say something that's clearly not true, but he would believe it. Be like, hey, Aaron, why don't you come on Blind Mike Project? We'll talk boxing for an hour. And then we'll send that to him, and then he'll come on here, and we'll be like, let's talk goal, baby.
Well, that is my point, though. I think the difference with Aaron is I think he knew exactly what he was doing. He's pretending to be the victim by like, oh, you tricked me with the boxing thing. He knew he was going on there to do this, to yell and scream at these guys and pretend to be the tough guy. And when we saw this, we would all be like, oh my God, Aaron destroyed them. Yeah, toe.
I'm just saying, can you imagine doing a goal here with Aaron? With Mr. Goal himself? Oh.
It's like mentioning Don Rickles. That's like getting roasted by Rickles.
It would be even better if this was Aaron's show and he was this mad, and then like right after that he was like, thanks for the $10. Like,
yeah, anyways, thanks Citizen M for the $5.
I like how Husey's just kind of playing possum.
I was just
And
gonna
his
say,
mouth is hanging open a little bit.
Hughesy's an all-star in this.
Husey takes a lot of shit for talking over people and stuff. He played this like a pro. He stepped back and said, "Go to town, boys."
It was that Homer Simpson meme where he just falls back into the plant.
He's got like a constant "I'm stunned" face. It's great.
Please, I just let you talk.
He does look like he has just seen a dick on a woman.
Can I talk?
If you're going to say
he's drooling a little.
One more fucking word about me or anything you were trying to do with me or anything else, no, I'm not going to let you talk. Because honestly, it was kind of a shitty, underhanded way to try and bring up issues you have with me. I don't know who you are.
I don't have issues.
Oh, that's very important. Keep that in mind. We'll get there in a minute. But what was underhanded that we heard from the Aussie guy so far?
Nothing. He could have been cool about this and be like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And it's over.
You know what? If the Aussie guy like mentioned Aaron's kids' names or like personal information, I would be the first guy to be like, well, that's pretty fucked up. We'd be like goofing on Aaron, but like, of course that's over the line. All I've heard mentioned is stuff that Aaron has brought up on his show repeatedly. It's the goal and stuff with April. And radio. Like, what did he bring up that was underhanded?
I could not tell you.
Unless there's more to this tape. But I think this is it.
Yeah.
Doom doesn't fuck up.
I'm not familiar with you, but now you're asking me all this shit about me on a show where I'm a guest. I didn't come here to be interviewed by whoever the fuck you are.
Yeah, he has no idea. Keep that in mind, by the way. He has no fucking clue who the Aussie guy. Like, who is this man?
I really hope he gets called out on it.
I like this. I like this podcasting strategy, though. I think I'm going to adopt it. I will do appearances. No questions. Thank you. Just show up and just sit there like a potted plant.
Marvin Hagler, Aaron, your thoughts?
Did you know Mike Tyson was good?
Questions people want answered, Aaron. That's
well, then
all.
they can watch then they can watch my show and they can ask them.
Okay, but Aaron, it's fine. This is Hughesy's show, and I don't want to ruin Hughesy's show and have his guests walk off because of me. So if you're not going to answer my questions, then fine, I'll drop it. It's fine. You've stated who you are here today. You are a coward and don't want to answer my questions. That's fine.
You are complete chicken shit. Oh, you are cute.
How is he chicken shit? He's saying it to your face, Aaron.
And exactly what's happening.
Right, like, what else? I mean, other than flying from Australia to Minnesota to literally say it to your face, what is he doing that's cowardly here? Like, what more could he do? He has had problems with you and criticisms over the years, and he has brought them directly to you. What is chicken shit about what is happening here?
Chicken shit?
It's just a mislabeling.
Cowardly?
Yes, that one broke you a little
accent.
too.
We got it.
I'm sorry you didn't get the one-on-one sit down with Aaron that you wanted. I apologize.
Oh my God!
I got invited on the show and I said, absolutely, I'll take the opportunity.
You don't like what's the matter, Greg? You don't like that he's talking in the third person?
Like once, okay, whatever, but like this whole time, like fucking stop.
He's Aaron Imholt. It's a big deal.
He's wanted, literally.
Kind of shitty though for you to agree to go on someone else's show and go, I want to ask questions to Aaron on Hughesy's show. It's kind of it is kind of a chicken shit move though. Like you're kind of a bitch for doing it that way.
How? What more could he have done?
He's just amping this up on purpose, like, you know.
Yes, I think that's exactly it. Is that like I don't think Aaron even really believes anything he's saying. He just knows like this is WWE for Aaron.
Yeah,
he's just amplifying this and pretending to get angry. He expected this and knew what he was doing. I almost feel like guilty coming home and doing a show about this because I'm placating to what Aaron wanted. He wanted people to react to this, but I do think what's interesting to me about it is he wanted this, and yet he still looks so bad doing it. That's what's fascinating.
He's a loser's loser. He really is. Like right now, like fun fact, he's just dressed in shame. He's got Minnesota Golden Gophers uniform and hat on. There's 18 teams in the Big Ten, Mike. Guess what they went last week? 17-1. Guess who lost? Minnesota. This guy is like, and then he puts on the uniform. He's dressed in loser. I'm just a loser. So yes, you have now placated the loser. He'll like this today, but that's what losers do. They suck it up.
But then tomorrow he's gonna go on his show and make these vague, like, I took care of somebody this weekend. No big deal. Just another win for the toe. Ugh. But he's not going to actually address what happened. That's my prediction.
He puts a pin in Australia. I got that continent.
Big map behind him.
He starts fingering his belly button while looking at it.
What?
Invite on the show and coming on the show.
Because it seems like you had ulterior motives. Like, I'll come on when I get it, dude. Everyone operates that way when it comes to me. I'll go on Hughesy's. I'll go on.
What a victim. What a perpetual victim. Aaron, if everyone acts this way when it comes to you, is it everyone's fault or yours? Like, I'll grant you there are times where, to use, I think Stuttering John's always the best example, so I always go to him. Are there times where people are probably like unfair and just jump on him because it's John, whereas if someone else did the same thing, maybe they wouldn't jump on him? Of course.
Yeah, bad example.
But you have to ask, why would they be doing that to John? Has John brought any of that on himself? Absolutely. Has Aaron brought any of this on himself, the negative attention that he warrants? Yeah, obviously. Aaron's been unhinged for about a year now, and he doesn't think he deserves any of that, or not even deserves, like that any of it is justified or makes sense in his mind. That's crazy to me.
Go on Hughesy's show, and I'll get to sneak in a few questions about Aaron that I saw on Reddit. Dude,
how would I have known about this if Hughes didn't invite
Mike
me?
Tyson, you're kind of a rat fuck piece of shit. Like it's kind of a bitch move.
I'm always good when you headbutted your wife. It's always good to quote Mike Tyson.
That's an escalation. Jesus.
Mike, are you DVRing any games right now?
What's the Patriots score? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
Yeah, 6-0 touchdown, just scored.
Woo!
Well, yeah,
we're back, baby.
A passing touchdown. Never thought that was going to happen again.
Gerard Mayo is the greatest coach of all time.
He really
Mark
is.
it down.
He really is.
He's never going to lose a game.
Well, as long as Christian Gonzalez is playing, he won't.
They'll lose 38-6 now.
Polk score. Yeah, they're going to miss this extra point. It's all downhill.
Kind of a rat fuck piece of you're a little bit of a rat fuck piece of shit.
Your wife in because she left you. She decided you're
that's what you wanted to do. I got you to admit it. That's what you wanted to come here for. You didn't give a shit about Hughesy's show. You didn't give a shit about what he wanted to do.
You just called me a rat.
Quite frankly, Aaron, I mean, he's in the chat right now. I like the guy. Who gives a fuck about Hughesy's show?
No offense. No offense.
I don't think Hughesy gives a fuck about Hughesy's show. Is anyone like, you know what I care about when I lay my head on my pillow at night? You know what's most important to me? Hughesy's show. Like, Aaron thinks he called him out for being like ungodly. He's like, you never, Aussie guy, you piece of shit. You never even cared about Hughesy's show, did you?
You motherfucker.
Quite frankly, the Aussie guy did a hell of a lot for Hughesy's show here. That's sure. He actually did a tremendous amount, because otherwise it would have been boxing talk, apparently, which sounds dreadful.
No shit.
You wanted to talk about Aaron. You wanted to talk about me.
Of course, Aaron. Of course.
Thank you for admitting it.
You've got all this crazy shit going on in your life.
I do.
Why wouldn't I want to talk about it?
The Steel Toe Morning Show, 6 to 10 a.m. Central Time, to hear all about it instead of Dean Huzitz from Australia.
Oh, how did you know his surname? But I thought, hold on a second.
Oh, he named him?
Yes, and I understand the confusion. Dean Huzitz does sound like a made-up Australian name.
It sounds. I mean, he could honestly stumble into that by accident.
If you were being like racist towards Australians, you'd be like, "Look at this Dean Huzitz over here."
Yeah. So I kind of get it.
But do you guys remember a few seconds ago when Aaron was like, "I have no idea who you are"?
Yep.
He looked this guy up before the interview. He dug into him and found his name just so he could use it in. So this is where it is like fake. And I almost feel gross reacting to it because Aaron wanted all of this. He knew this was going to happen.
I bet he just watched his clips talking about himself, and that's how he knew him. I bet he didn't look him up before. He already knew who he was.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. He just randomly looked up Dean Hoozits and was like, I'll probably never use this information, but...
Yeah, but I could see him being like, I don't know, Dean, who's his name?
The Aussie guy's like, hey! No one gets why he's angry. Dean Hoozits is a ridiculous name. But I hope we're not doxing the Aussie guy. It's already out there, so I apologize if we shouldn't be using that name, but it's out there enough. So
That's true.
Yeah, that's.
I investigate everybody.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all right. No, that's fine. If you're not gonna. Yeah.
That's
what
the
an
fourth time you said
investigation!
it's fine. Are you
Imagine,
sure-
imagine you're on trial. Like Craig, this is far fetched, but let's imagine you're being investigated for some horrible crimes.
Or Casey Day. I don't know.
Well, whatever. We'll use you for now. And the investigator comes in and we're like, Your Honor, we have some damning information. His name is Craig Oconee. You're like, whew. Thank God. I investigate everybody. Aaron, you got his name. The investigation is giving him a handshake and saying, hey, I'm Aaron.
No, him saying that was him going, fuck, I said I don't know who he is.
That is really lame. It was 5 seconds ago. In interview time, that was what? A minute ago, maybe? That he was like, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Dean.
It's fine, Dean. Are you sure?
It is absolutely fine.
You haven't made up your mind. The last 3 times you said it was fine, you kept going. Are you sure it's fine?
Well, I kept going because you kept going. If you're going to keep going, I'll keep going. Yeah, you were the one who said
I like, and this is...
Keep going.
I don't know. Let me ask Electra if women argue like this, because this is a classic male thing, I think. When you like start getting into it, an argument always devolves into... But you said, no, you said that I said. And it's always like this horse shit. No, you kept going, so I kept going. No. You kept going.
No, usually we don't get into, well, my dick's bigger than yours. No.
There is an element to that to this.
Well, I started the Aaron questions. You're right, Dean. Now, is it fine? I want to make sure.
Again, I haven't asked you any more questions. I've just responded to what you've said. Like, you called me a rat. So
I called you a rat fuck piece of shit.
All right. Well, yeah,
what I said was way cooler, actually.
I'm way cooler.
You don't understand. Dean, don't sell me short. I had a way cooler insult for you.
Yeah.
You know, say what you want, but this is really boomeranged on the Aussie guy. Hey,
yeah, so I just wanted to respond.
And
I by the way, rat fuck piece of shit.
Stand by that statement.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm a rat fuck piece of shit. Yeah. I've never ever sold out.
You
my
and I
wife
agree on that one.
for fucking internet views. I've never done that. So
you give it a shot. It actually can be kind of fun.
Yeah, no, I love my
See,
wife.
that's this is where Aaron's a piece of shit.
Scumbag.
He does this thing where he comes on and he's like, guys, I've changed, man. I've really learned a lot and grown. And there are certain things that happened, and those things aren't going to happen anymore because I've made changes in my life to better. And then when he gets called out for it, he's like, yeah, man, you should try it. Got me a lot of attention. I gained 3,000 YouTube subscribers because I was nasty to my wife and got caught in a fucking swinger drug den. All worth it, man, because I make a cool $300 a day on Steel Toe.
Spectre.
That shit, it's overrated, you gay.
Yeah.
I love my wife.
That's kind of fun.
is this a good time to go to Super Chats?
Yeah, let's check out a few Super Chats.
Nice podcast, Stupid. This is going great. Another win for the toe.
Always.
Always. Here's one that'll go down well. From, I can't remember who. Yeah. Aaron is a tiny pain. I think that's the thing that people write with. Nick makes me geezer.
Things are
getting derailed when Husey comes in. What a surprise.
Yeah, this is from April Anderson for $1.99. Aaron has a tiny peen. Nick makes me a geyser, is what it says there, Mike.
Is that the name that's on there?
April Anderson, yes. And a picture of April.
And a picture of April.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, there we go. And then this one's from
it's April from her court date.
No, I understand.
Specifically, yes.
I get that.
She looks good right there. God damn. She'd be in trouble every day.
Stimulants can age people.
Citizen M. Aaron's a genuine cowherd through and through. So
Hey man, that's what I do. I book myself on other people's shows so I can ask the guest questions.
I didn't
like
book
a real
myself.
man.
I didn't book myself.
Wait, what?
I got invited.
Hold on.
Spiraling.
I'm not saying I'm a real man by any means, because I don't think any podcaster is inherently, or I don't think you get into podcasting for its manliness. Its inherent manliness. Where you're like, oh, my grandfather fought the Nazis in World War II, and me, I sit in front of a microphone. Just generations of men.
Aaron's
It is
grandparents were
like
on the other
Aaron.
side.
Aaron has himself in this trap where he's like, he wants to be almost like Andrew Tate or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has that kind of a persona, but again, he's bad at it. So he's like, oh, you're a bitch because you are on someone else's show asking me questions. And it's like, well, what? Wait a second. Why does that make me a bitch? What? I don't get it.
Real quick, Patriots game tied up. There was
God
just
damn
a
it.
70-yard play by the Seahawks. Anyone want to guess who got burned on the Patriots defense?
Christian Gonzalez.
Christian Gonzalez did.
No,
Fuck you,
it's the
Casey Day.
It's the safety's fault. Safety was read the play as a run. It was pass. I watched. That's not his fault.
They were playing zone. He was supposed to pick him up.
God damn it. All right.
It's Belichick's fault. Let's just.
By the way, is anyone here? Is anyone watching this with the
actually
with the game on?
Yeah.
Only 500.
Okay, all right.
Real quick, Mike, because we don't want people to leave if they put their super chats in. There's no real
true.
natural
That's fair.
break. Here's a good break because we're already doing super chats. So,
Sure.
DJ Electra, will you read some super chats for?
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
King Lizard,
sound
5 euros. Mike, I know you can't see the clock, but it shows you're late and Lady K.
Oh yeah, we were very late. I apologize, folks, that because I didn't know what time I'd be home. I was hoping 11. I was very optimistic, but no dice.
I was here on time.
I appreciate
Chris-
everyone hanging out.
Also, the Aussie guy was here on time, and so he was just chilling in the back here.
Oh, was he?
But he had to go to sleep. He was up for like 24 hours straight. So.
I didn't factor in the time difference. I was like, yeah, you'll be fine.
All right, go ahead, DJ.
And Chris Primer for $5. To meet the goal is to become the goal.
That is true.
It is
Yeah, maybe
true.
you're not. Maybe it's like Fight Club. Aaron's not supposed to answer questions about it.
Retro Gamer for $5. Aaron has a smugness and arrogance that's not commensurate with his level of broadcasting success in quotation marks.
What a sentence.
I think that might be it because, like I mentioned with Kirk, like Kirk's successful, so there's an air to him when he does that shit where you're like, oh, I should respect this guy. Like he's been right about this, this, and this. Same with Howard. Like Howard was #1 everywhere. He's the best to ever do it, or the most successful to ever do it. And so there is like that air to him. Whereas Aaron just says, I'm one of the 3 greatest radio talents of all time, and his podcast channel is, he does okay. He does well. I look at him and say, hey, good for you. That's not bad, but it's not commensurate with how he behaves.
Nice. That's 2 times that word was used.
It's a good
Did I
word.
say that twice?
No, the super chatter said commensurate. I was like,
That's
nice.
probably where I got it. I don't know. I don't know 50-cent words like that.
Yeah.
Dominic for $1.99. Sorry I missed the start. Thank you for not KYS.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's KYS?
Kill blank yourself.
Oh, shit. Okay. Nolan T for $4.99. I love Blind Mike. I'm a super Craigophile and file trade with him. Keep up the
no.
excellent D&E work, boys.
Hey, that's cool. You've got friends.
Yeah, I'm into like underground hardcore music, so I send people tapes.
Yes.
That's what you describe it as. So no one will ever look at it. It's like putting mom's pictures on the folder. No one ever looks at hardcore music.
Dude, everyone
We
go
know what that hardcore is.
everyone go check out Street Power and God's Hate.
That sounds terrible.
It's great.
Sorry, Electra.
Salvatore M for $5. I asked this genuinely. Why did Carl hold out as long as he did to cover Aaron as the lolcow that he is?
So I believe I don't know how friendly Carl was with Aaron. I think they were like texting buddies or something. I don't know. I've never asked him that, So that might be part of it. But I had a similar thing where I would watch. I guess I just wasn't seeing the right clips or something, or maybe his show was better. Like he was less douchey when April was on it. I don't know exactly what it is, but I remember watching clips of him and I was just like, oh, it's just kind of a whatever. Like he talks about the news. Like I didn't really give a fuck about it. And I thought the goal was douchey, but like I said at the beginning of the show, I was like, there's no way he talks about the goal enough for us to make like a segment out of it. So I mentioned it here and there, but I was just like, he's a whatever broadcaster, and I thought he was fine. So I don't know if Carl had the same thing where he just ironically didn't see it. But like that's my story with Aaron, is that like I just missed it. Like this one got by me until the Nick Rekieta stuff is where I really got interested in it, and that's when I started paying more attention, and that's when the mystique of the goal really showed itself to me.
One more here.
Okay, Dang Lizard again for €5. Mike, you're wrong. Podcasting is all about manliness. Sitting down and talking about your life and feelings. Sometimes the guy on crutches cries. #manly.
We're men. We are all such virile men.
I am getting hair on my chest now.
Thank you, Electra.
Here we go. Back to the tape.
To talk to me. Now, if I would have gotten
talk to you and Husey.
Now, if I would have gotten to a thing, from Husey that says, "Hey, you want to come on with me? My buddy Dean reads a lot of shit about you and wants to talk about you and wants to interview you and wants to use boxing as like a subterfuge to it." Then we could have done this.
No,
But
you
that's
would
not
have
what you
said
did.
no.
Or if you're okay with that, then just do it. You're there.
Right, you would have said no. This is like the Alan Dershowitz thing. You remember that, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Where like supposedly Cullinane booked him under false pretenses, but it's like, well, if you're willing to have the interview, why not just sit there and have it? You know what I mean? Like, why do we have to argue about how the interview was facilitated? You can mention it and maybe say it was underhanded if that's how you feel, but if you're willing to answer these questions, just do it, right? Like,
Right.
Stop pretending you're willing to answer them and just browbeating this fucking guy. Just answer the questions.
That'd be too easy.
Well, so you should be mad at Husey, not me.
I never could be mad at Husey. He's way more
That's
likable.
an
I
excellent
couldn't-
point, by the way. Not that he should be mad at Husey. Husey seems like a gentle boy. He has no fault in this.
I don't know. He seemed to kind of be like, "Oh, I have some random super chats we could get to."
I'm just gonna say, like, if we got to blame Pie, I think the entire circle is covered in Husey. I think he's the only one to blame for this, right? Like,
I mean, technically,
he told
yeah.
Aaron it was boxing talk. He invited the Aussie guy on, and for some reason, Aaron is mad at the Aussie guy. I don't get it.
Husey just breaks to very mean super chats right in the middle
He
of
just sits there and rubs his mitts together as he's got a gem on his hands.
He's like, blah.
Contact you, Aaron. I'm blocked. You've blocked me, so you.
Oh, because you were probably a cunt.
I couldn't give you a heads up.
That's a
about
fair
it.
point. I'll give Aaron that. Like, people will say, like, I tried to contact you, but you blocked me. Well, what did you get blocked for, to be fair?
Right?
You know?
You were probably not nice.
To be fair, Aaron was probably not just on Twitter, like, I'm going to block this random guy who said I had a great show today.
He's pretty quick on the block.
Is he?
I gotta say. Oh, yeah,
is
so
he?
I got blocked for nothing. I was like, what? Stuttering John is never blocked. Well, he blocked me like 3 times.
Well,
but
when
I
you
always
say
get unblocked.
when you say you got blocked for nothing, what did you do you remember what you actually got blocked for?
we were going back and forth on just, you should learn how to broadcast. Like, what are you doing?
Everything you stand for fucking sucks. And he shut his window.
You believe this guy?
Just as I do sometimes, I send unrequested notes to people, and sometimes they take it bad. Look at it.
You're screaming in this guy's living room window how much he stinks, and he just shut the window.
Yeah, I genuinely,
get
the only I'll shit on someone for blocking if it's like David Price blocked me years ago because I think I said he had a shitty game, and it's like, how did you even see this? Really, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
like that, yeah.
That's very funny.
Like that to me is crazy. Like that's being super sensitive. But like I don't really fault people if someone says even something minor and they're in a bad mood and they block them. Like I don't really fault Aaron for that necessarily.
Yeah,
Give him a checklist. Number one was grow your hair out. Now, so I was being nice. I was helping him. Still hasn't done it.
Wait, so you're blocked? So you're saying this is not the first time you've been a rat fuck piece of shit?
No, I mean I tagged you in the tweet where
I'm sure
I clipped your story about getting in your wife's face and yelling at her while you're in her face. I clipped that story and I tagged you and I said how abusive and disgusting this behavior.
Everyone who's ever been blocked has
no. We get a surrender python from Husey. He's tapping out.
Never done anything wrong. I just did this. I've never.
No, I literally just spelled out what I did. I clipped the story of you abusing your wife, and I tagged you and I said, I think you're garbage for this.
Okay, and now you got to go on a show and you got to say that.
Yes, I got to tell you to your face.
And I still think you're a rat fuck piece of shit.
That's great, dude. I'm happy for you to feel that way.
But the fact that you did it like a little bitch is my like. I don't.
Cool. I'm a bitch, Aaron. I'm a bitch.
That's the disconnect that I'm not understanding. And to me, it's just that Aaron doesn't want to answer his questions. There's nothing that he did that is bitchy. Like Husey asked him to be on the show. I don't understand where Aaron thinks like he's got this over him. Like the way you did this was like a real bitch. I don't understand what he could have done differently, really.
He could have went behind an anonymous account and done it like a real man.
Like a man, like a podcaster.
Aaron talks himself into things.
Right.
He's talking himself into this nonsense. None of it's what does it mean? Nothing. You disrespected my family. What?
Yeah. And to keep with the Stern analogy, it's like, I don't think Howard Stern believed everything he said. Obviously. Look at the guy now. But there was a charm to Howard. There was an appeal to him. There was a connection with the audience where even if he didn't believe what he was saying, we believed it. And I say we, I wasn't a Stern fan necessarily, but like we, the audience, believed it. Aaron doesn't have that charm. He doesn't have that connection with people. So to try and carry yourself like you do, it falls flat. Like people just see right through it.
He is anti-charm. It's the opposite of charm.
Everything he does feels douchey.
Yes.
Two women you're not allowed to talk about because you're so harassive and abusive. You're not allowed to talk about. Does that change that fact? That I'm a rat
that's a fact. That's 100% a fact. You are a boilerplate. Like you are a stereotype. You're not even a real guy. You're just kind of an amalgamation of message boards.
That's take that, Casey Day?
You're just kind of an ooze. You're kind of an amorphous blob.
Well, I tell you what, I've never been to Kiwi Farms, but that's where we found the documents about your harassment.
I thought you've never been to
where
Kiwi.
Your wife. No, that's what I said. That's where they were found, and then they appeared on Reddit and all that. Where there's documents suggesting that your ex-wife, April Imholt.
You know what? And I got to tell you, buddy, ex-wives never lie. Ex-wives never lie.
Wait. Well, then, Aaron, what? Why not talk about it? You're right up next to talking about it, but you're not doing it because you know you can't. So stop pretending you will answer all these questions because you actually legally can't. Like, that's where the Aussie guy is right. Is like, you can't talk about this stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and every accusation, just like Stut Joe with this guy, is an admission. You're a talentless blob of oozing nothingness. Yeah, Aaron's looking in the mirror on that one. Like, it's so obvious he's describing himself.
Right. Whereas the Aussie guy hasn't proclaimed to be the greatest podcaster of all time or have, be winning every day and have this loyal audience. That's Aaron doing that. And yeah, you're right. So he's projecting that onto our friend Dean here.
Dude, I get it. You didn't like me when you came in here, so you look for things that could have confirmation bias. You go to imright.com. You go, it could never
be. Pretty cringy to slip in a Bill Burr reference during this impassioned, angry speech.
Mike, when you're going to realize he just goes, oh, that's good. I'm going to put that in my vocab. Oh, well, that's good. I'm going to put that in my vocab.
There are times it's gross where it's like, I acknowledge that that's a Bill Burr thing. You can't just slip that into conversation.
Just glad he's not singing.
be another side to this story. It has to be what I need to believe about Aaron. It's okay, dude. I've met.
Sorry, yeah, court documents have said you choked your wife and headbutted your wife. Yeah, sorry, my confirmation bias from court documents.
I'll be honest with you. There's 1,000 people just like you that operate the exact same way. I'm not impressed by them. I'm certainly not impressed by you.
Well, Aaron.
Well, Aussie guy's career's over.
As Ja Rule once said.
But Aaron is still not denying it. He's just throwing.
That's a great point, Electra.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey, ex-wives lie sometimes, but he's not denying any of it.
Exactly.
That's a great point. But also, like, he's everything that he's calling the Aussie guy out for. Like, he is all of these things. You're right, Casey, where it's like it's all projection on his part.
Man,
and I understand that feeling's mutual, buddy. And I tell you what, next time, be a man. Fucking say what you want to do.
I've done that before, and you blocked me.
Because you're a cunt. You're always a piece of shit. If you're always behaving like
this is
cunt,
again, by the way, a guy that Aaron didn't know who he was 5 minutes ago.
Like how Aaron's just like, headbutt your wife, be a man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably choke those Aboriginals when they sleep with the guy with the hot tubs, right? Right? Is that just me? Oh,
it's gonna be hard.
That's what is gross about Aaron is like you forget, like we goof on him and we talk about the goal and everything. There's a chance he beat the shit out of his wife.
Chance.
And he just kind of ignored. Yeah, like I always say, like he tricked me with the like, hey, divorce proceedings are complicated and people say things and all that. And I was like, yeah, maybe we don't know the whole story. And then I was like, wait a minute. Why would that show up in a court document and he's not allowed to talk about it if it just didn't happen?
Yeah, I would say there's a chance he didn't.
Sure.
There's a chance he didn't. Convince me otherwise.
Talk to you. And people in general in your life, you'll find this. If you're going to come at them with the energy of a piece of shit and a cunt and a kind of a backroom dealing, like I said, rat fuck piece of shit, which is pretty accurate.
I'll say it
They're
again,
not going to want to talk to you.
No, that's a shame.
But you're welcome for that free advice.
Is this
I love your advice. Like,
now, what do you think
about
the big Canelo fight?
Is this a bad time to invite you back on early for a Christmas special?
Definitely, I'll do it anytime.
Oh God, you think this guy's no? This guy's fine. I'll sit on a screen with this guy anytime.
Oh,
there's just
good. Well, that's good news. He'll do an interview with him then. Yeah, this guy's no problem for Aaron. That's really awesome because this whole time I thought Aaron seemed like really rattled and didn't want to talk about anything. I didn't realize he wasn't a problem. So Aaron's going to be totally fine. I'm sure if the Aussie guy invites him on his show at some point, Aaron will just do it.
Yeah, I just can't do it this month. The Vikings play.
The Vikings, don't you understand? Sam Darnold had a great week 1.
As long as football exists in this state, I will not be at your interview. I'm sorry.
Super chat here.
I would like to see these two box. That would be something interesting about boxing.
Aaron will do it.
Finally, a good boxing match on the table.
I was gonna say he's gonna pull in April for pointers.
I've never seen a more boring boxing match than the Aaron Imholt boxing match. Go watch that. It is the boringest boxing match. It's just boring.
Rumor has it though that Aaron did not have glasses before the headbutt.
That should be addressed because I think it's a little bit unfair. Citizen M, I watched Still Till Morning Show. Believe me, Aaron doesn't answer these questions there. He doesn't have to.
Real quick, Casey. Citizen M is who? Is he just a commenter or is he a clipper as well?
He's a clipper and a mod. I know he's a mod at Joey C's channel, so he's kind of behind the scenes guy.
Okay, and he does a lot of steel toe stuff, I assume.
Right, and very firm opinions on like the bigger names. Like,
okay, so go check out Citizen M as well.
Dude, he's great.
He's being such a motherfucker here. It's so funny.
Why, you think he has opinions that he's bearing?
He's like, I have to read the super chats or else it's not fair, man.
They actually, like Google, employees from Google come to your home and they throw you in jail.
That's right.
You don't read the super chats.
No, it's very funny.
I live by Google, Mike. None of those guys could lift any one of us.
No, they're very dangerous.
40-pound Asians.
Citizen M, I watched Still Till Morning Show. Believe me, Aaron doesn't answer these questions there. He doesn't have to. He's never confronted with anything real. But at the same time, you do address a lot of this stuff,
Right?
But then at the same, on the other hand, there's only certain stuff you can actually say.
Yeah.
But
well,
how
okay,
would you,
Hughes is doing a good job of playing it down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Citizen M is right. Is that people's frustration with Aaron is he addresses these things, but he just says, "Well, yeah, a lot of stuff is out there, but like you guys know what to really believe." Anyways, another win for the toe. All right, we're only $180 away. Streamlabs, Super Pal, and Venmo.
Super Pal.
We just invented something. A super power.
Super pal.
Mike's just doing his best Bill Belichick impression talking about it. You gotta pay him on Super Pal.
We're gonna take you down, Super Tips and Melton with Super Pal.
Forget the error I made. but it is like he does this thing where like he thinks literally mentioning these things is addressing them. Where it's like, no, there's questions the audience had. You made it a subject on the show. Like I've listened to a lot of Ron and Fez over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And Fez would get furious. Like callers would call in and try to diagnose his depression and his anxiety and his weird hangups, why he wasn't talking on air. And people would call in with suggestions and say, Fez, maybe you should try this. Have you considered this? And Fez would get fury. Fuck you. He would start screaming at listeners. And Ron would say, "What, Fez, why are you angry?" And Fez would say, "Because they think they can fucking interfere with my life." And Ron says, "Slow down. You brought this to the radio show. You introduced it as a subject. They have every right to comment on it. You provided it as entertainment. So they now have opinions on it." That's the entire... Anyone that watches Steel Toe is aware of it. Like, they're interested in these things. Nick Rekieta and April and the revenge porn and all this stuff. Because Aaron presented it. It's not things... If it was stuff... If Aaron was a sportscaster, if Aaron was a boxing expert, let's say, and did a show about boxing and really thought Husey wanted him on to talk boxing, and then they ambushed him with personal stuff, I would say, that's a little shitty of them. Stuff isn't meant for the air. I keep going back to the only reason we know about it is Aaron told us.
Mike, you missed it though. Right before this, he was getting into the intricacies of throwing a perfect left hook, and then this happened.
Oh, damn. It's a shame. It's a shame we won't get to hear about the Canelo Alvarez rematch.
Another one.
We were talking about jabs, and all of a sudden, Aaron got uppercut. Hey,
I respond to Citizen M's comment.
I think
Thank you very much.
Anyone who's delusional enough to think that I don't address uncomfortable topics is probably a little too biased and maybe out of their mind, maybe a little too filled with Aaron hate, and maybe they got their blinders on a little bit.
You just don't address it in a real way. So people are like, well, what about this part that you're blatantly ignoring? Like Aaron does... I think this comes up at some point, or I forget if it did already, but the Aussie guy asks him about like the super chats. Why doesn't Aaron leave the super chats on the screen? And he's like, "Oh, this technology is just the darndest thing. I just can't figure it out." And it's like, no, but we've seen like you can read the super chats in the YouTube comment. I'm sure if someone leaves a super chat right now, the rest of you can read it. And then if Casey Day was like, "Hey, Mike, this one says, Mike is the greatest broadcaster ever." And it actually said, Mike is a cunt who thinks he's the greatest broadcaster ever. There's key words being left out in there. So if we didn't show it on the screen, it doesn't change the fact that people saw it. You understand?
No, I don't.
I would never read that. Never.
Good, thank you.
Yes, the good part I'd read.
Don't super chat that right now, by the way.
Yes. I'll read it exactly the way we want if it's read.
Watch knows I'm an open book. Let's put it that way. A lot more so than maybe others would.
A million little pieces.
That criticism against me.
Well, I can't read. Here's Dabbling John. Ask Aaron why he doesn't display his chats. Well,
because I'm
technologically... Wow, what timing?
Psychic.
Retarded, and I don't know how to do it on OBS. And I don't like StreamYard.
Or is it that you don't necessarily want to read exactly what's read?
I read every single one of them. Oh, Dean, did you go to Reddit again?
No, I'm just asking. People say
really
these things. I'm asking questions that people want answered, Aaron.
Dean is one of the people who noticed this. Like, he told me when I was on his show, we talked about this, where he told me they had examples of Aaron, like, just slightly changing the wording of certain things to make it look like it was pro Aaron versus anti. And Aaron's response to that is nothing real. It's just, oh, did you get your feelings hurt? Were you on Reddit?
I will say, using OBS, you used to be able to put the chats up easy, and they switched the plugin that you used to use.
Good. Well, let's really get into the weeds on that. Why don't you tell us more about it?
Hey, we got to be honest here.
Well, no, technically, right. So you're right, Craig, but he runs his show on OBS. So this is akin to a guy putting together a whole recording studio with instruments and gear and all that, and then he didn't know how to tune a guitar, right? Like, you know how to run your whole show on OBS, but you don't know how to add a chat. That is such horseshit. I've never heard more horseshit. Sorry I took the time to say that, but it's horseshit.
Good thing.
You can add the whole chat, but not specific chats.
Guys, add OBS into the title. This is Steel Toe Talk and OBS Inside Chatter.
You can crop down to one chat at a time, Craigers. God damn it.
Are a regurgitating like Reddit monster though. Like, you don't have any like thoughts of your own. Literally every thought you have about me comes from a Reddit page. Don't get me wrong. Again,
this is no longer Steel Toe talking to the Aussie guy. This is just him talking to Reddit. This has literally nothing to do with anything that's happened so far. It's just how he feels about Reddit.
And who gives a fuck where the questions come from?
Right, he's asking you. This is like, remember we talked about this with Hinchcliffe, where it's like, why is Tony being so nasty to this guy? Just because, like, he kept bringing up Reddit. He's like, oh, you're one of these Reddit guys. It's like, okay, but this guy didn't do anything. Like, I get why you would have. I totally get why Aaron Imholt wouldn't go on the Steel Toe Boring Shows subreddit, and why he probably wouldn't agree with everything being said on there. But that has virtually nothing to do with what's happening. Like, I get a lot of the people on that subreddit probably agree with the Aussie guy, but take that out of it. Take away that you're butthurt about Reddit and how people think of you. Nothing negative has happened to you here other than a guy asking you questions.
I think it's cute, but it's just. You're kind of, like I said, you're kind of a stereotype to me. Like, so you're not really a guy.
If someone challenges you and asks you questions and wants you to respond, that's your immediate thing is, I'm a Reddit fool. I'm a sheep that just follows what everyone else
I'm sorry that you guys all say the same shit. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but if the shoe fits, Dean, you got to wear it.
But that's again avoiding the question. He asked you a question, you're not answering it.
CIA level avoidance.
They're all the fucking same. Here's where you guys, it's kind of what you did today. You were a perfect example of it. You ask a question, you get an answer you don't like, so you ask it 2 or 3 different ways, and then when the answer is the same, you go, he won't answer my questions. I just don't answer.
Did I cry?
My honest thought, you did come off as kind of a bitch. No offense. Like, the way you even snuck the questions into the show, you were being a bitch. And then after you didn't get the answer you wanted, you trying to keep passively aggressively rephrasing the question is also a bitch move. No offense, Dean.
There was nothing. There was nothing passive aggressive. The Aussie guy got a couple questions out. Aaron kind of smugly answered 1 or 2, and then goes, "Oh, we're really doing this? This is what you're trying to do? I'll leave." Like, this is one of these guys is a bitch. Think about what's happened here. The Aussie guy has come on a show that he was invited to and asked all the questions that other people might not have the balls to ask Aaron if they were actually talking to him. There are some people that might be like, I'm actually talking to the guy. I feel bad now. I'm not going to ask the questions. The Aussie guy is asking those questions. The other guy, Aaron, heard 1 or 2 questions, answered them real shittily with a shit-eating grin on his face, and then goes, I'll leave. I will walk if we're going to do this. Now, which one of the guys that I just described is being a bitch?
The first one.
Definitely the first one. Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. I think you're a bitch.
Right, Aaron. I don't care. That's fine. You
kind of care because you're still here and you still want to talk about me.
Yeah, of course, man.
My opinion matters.
This is going to get views.
The difference between you and me, Dean, is my opinion.
It is crazy. Like I totally empathize with Dean's reaction here, because it's like if you were talking to like Michael Jackson in the 90s. And Michael Jackson's like, oh, you just want to talk about all the weird shit I do. It's like, yeah, man, you're pretty fucking crazy.
You just want to find out why I have an amusement park.
And what's frustrating about Aaron, and what also makes him interesting, is he would hear that comparison that I just made and say like, oh yes, Steel Toe is the thriller of our time. And no, that's not the example that I'm giving.
Matters to you. That's the
doesn't, Aaron. It really doesn't.
Stop it. You wouldn't be here if it didn't. Come on, at least be honest. You've been a rat fuck piece of shit the whole time.
Dude,
liberate yourself. Dean, liberate yourself. I know why you're here, to talk to me. I get it, honey. But
I'm here because
Ew.
Yeah, that's again where it's like, I keep using the Stern comparison because I think it's the best one. When Stern would be like, hey, I'm your daddy, call me daddy. People were like, fuck yeah, Howard, you're owning this guy, because we were all on his side. With Aaron, it's like, ugh, don't do that.
Gross.
Yeah, the honey thing that's you know.
Well, it's not him. He's being someone he thinks he's supposed to be rather than being himself.
It's Stalin 19. So thorough, Joe Burrow. All these people are about to clip it, and my face and name are going to be out there now, and I'm going to get a bump.
And you know what you're going to do with it? Jack shit, because it's all about me. Yeah, none of it has to do with you, Dean. No offense. You are nothing but a fucking conduit to me.
Yeah, if I've got no talent, this won't work. But I'm here because this will get views, this will get clicks. That's why you do this.
Clear, I didn't say you don't have talent. I said you're a rat fuck piece of shit. You're not listening.
Cool.
You're actually pretty awesome.
You are not
piece of
paying
shit.
attention. The fact
I actually love your show.
Big fan.
The backhandest compliment you ever
I'm
got.
definitely paying attention.
Whether or not you have talent is not the question. The idea is you're a bitch. You're a rat fuck piece of shit.
Holy
There's plenty of
fuck,
bitches
dude.
out there who
Say
have talent.
something else.
I know.
Right, yeah, we got it.
Hey, Aaron, why did you buy a woman's jersey from So Thorough, Joe Burrow?
This is
Great
How
question.
dare you? This is a very masculine fit.
Yeah.
Oh, very.
I like it. It's something I
Ask
enjoy.
Dean. He studies me. How do I look today, sweetheart? Fucking mean.
See, he thinks like he's owning him here, and I don't. Am I wrong? Like, does the chat disagree with me? Is anyone on Aaron's side where they're like, Aaron is whipping the shit out of this guy?
No, they fucking hate him.
I think we're all seeing what the two ex-wives saw. Like, just shrill fucking bitch. I'm never touching that penis again, sort of.
Imagine
attitude,
arguing with this guy, like in a marriage.
Electra,
I'm gonna start taking shots every time he says "rat fuck piece of shit."
Electra's just passed out.
She'd be pissing her pants.
How dry? No, how dry? The other way, Gregor. How dry are you right now? God damn, Electra, is this guy drying you out?
Oh yeah, he's just disgusting.
Imagine Electra trying to read super chats after taking that many shots.
Ooh, that would be fun.
She might have to come on for the Quincy or
it's just
drinking
perfect
game.
all of a sudden.
I might start reading Hughesy's super chats on accident and thinking they're ours.
Shut up, Dean. I wasn't actually asking.
Okay.
$5 from Ozone. Thank you very much. I thought a real man confesses to police what they did wrong, especially when they send the pic live on YouTube in front of everyone.
Husey, if you, like I said, when you asked me to do this, there's shit I can talk about and there's shit I can't.
Exactly.
Thank you, buddy.
It's just like...
are you saying that you didn't send a pic? Is that your defense?
There's things I can talk about and there's things I can't.
No, it's fine.
Hey, look, another chicken shit question. Rat fuck.
No, I was just asking if
that's not a chicken shit question. It's so funny because I was about to say, oh, that's a totally fine answer from Aaron. Like, that's actually smart of him. There's actual legal proceedings going on. I totally get why he can't talk about that.
Why he shouldn't?
Again, he presented it on his show and bragged about how cool he was dressed in court and everything.
I mean, there's no gag order or anything. He could talk about some things, or he could deny some things.
He could.
He's just skirting the whole issue.
Crazy.
it's probably smart of him not to, and that's what I was about to say. But then Dean follows up and says, "So are you saying that's not true?" And he's like, "What a chicken shit! What a piece of shit you are!" It's like, no, just answer with the same thing again. That would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He didn't like Watergate because those guys were pieces of shit investigating the president. They're just pieces of shit.
This pussy Woodward.
Yeah, but even he said, "I'm not a crook." He can talk a little.
That's a T-shirt. Right.
But if you don't want to answer that, it's fine. I know it's legal.
I believe there.
I don't want to get you in legal
passive
trouble.
aggressive cunt again.
I don't want to get you in
I
legal
answered
trouble.
the fucking question.
Yeah,
you didn't like
yeah.
the answer, so you ask it again. Dean, you're a stereotype, dude. I can almost you're like a pull string doll. I know what's coming up.
Again, doing the mirror thing. This is him talking to himself. You're just a stereotype. You're just a Howard wannabe.
Yes, he's a stereotype of a shock jock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Audio before it comes out.
I just asked if that would be your defense that you never sent the pig. But if
I
you're
didn't say anything was or wasn't.
No, that's fine. It's legal.
Stop
I understand
talking,
that. I'm not
Aaron.
looking to get you in any trouble, Aaron. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
know,
looking to get
Dean. You
in
just care about me so much. Shut the
trouble.
fuck
No,
up.
I'm not saying
Nobody
that either.
cares.
But I don't want to get a guy in legal trouble. I'm not interested.
Dean, I don't care what you want. No.
Great,
offense.
great, good. I know
He
you don't
thinks
care
he's
about me.
like, oh, we're all gonna be like, oh, he got his ass, Aaron. You just owned this prick. And yet, when he does that, we're all like, I don't feel good hearing that voice.
And also, like lawyers, you say, "Oh, this would be a terrible client for a lawyer." No, I have lawyer friends. They love assholes like this because they can just go, "Hey, look at this video. Triple charging you now, asshole."
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because they know he's now. Every time he goes on TV is just evidence for the other side.
Right.
He's even when he doesn't say something, the way he acts, how he's an asshole to the Aussie guy, that can be used in court to show his like mental, stability,
His demeanor. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's fine.
$2 from Stephen Bravo. Why? Crimea Riven, Aaron FU. I didn't realize you were going to Ukraine. I get it.
That's mean spirited.
Honest question: what did April do to you that made you decide
Dean,
that she deserved to go to jail?
Dean, no offense, I'm not talking about any of that shit today.
Okay, fine. Here's your comeback. He doesn't want to talk.
Because that's the fifth fine, Dean. That's the fifth fine. You're not fine, Dean. You're not fine.
I mean, I'll continue to try and ask questions.
You needed me, Dean, and I'm not giving it to you.
He's trying to trick us into thinking the Aussie guy is rattled. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to be like, oh, shit. He pointed out that he said fine a lot. He must not be fine. But, like, legitimately,
I've never seen someone calmer.
he seems perfectly fine. He's just like, hey, will you answer this? All right, fine. I guess you won't. Sorry.
Have you seen the size of spiders in Australia? You think Aaron Imholt is bothering this guy? Come on.
No, keep asking questions, man. Yeah, no, I'll continue to try and ask questions.
I'm not
continue to duck them,
Husey, I'm telling you right now, buddy. I'm
It
not
should be
talking
his
about-
strategy. What does Aaron think he's going to do? Just be like, oh, shit. You don't want to answer these questions? I guess I'll just go home. I thought
Sorry, I thought you were going to answer. My fault.
Oh, my egg on my face. I thought you'd be really excited to answer all these questions.
I'm here to talk about what I came to talk about. I've already put up with enough of Dean's nonsense. And can you please, hey, Husey, can you please stop putting that name up there too?
What was the name? Do we know?
I'd appreciate.
Did you see it?
Is it Ann Ghosh?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ann Ghosh. Ann Ghosh.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
That might be Slam Piece or something. Probably.
I don't,
Might
yeah,
be-
I'm not interested. I thought it was like April or something.
No.
Might be one of the lawyers coming after him. One of the mini lawyers.
This is a guy, by the way, open book. Referred to himself as an open book. Again, in interview time, 10 minutes ago, probably less. He's like, hey, man, I'm an open book. Hey, don't show that name. Stop asking me these questions.
That book is Braille, and no one can read it.
Hey, I'm pretty good.
We hit the.
Can you read Braille?
I can.
Oh, that's amazing.
At what they said was a rapid speed that I learned.
Really?
Now, did they tell every blind guy that? Probably. But they said, very
like
good, Mike.
It's like a skill without an end, right? Like there ain't no Olympics.
Yeah, there's no
for that.
use to it. It's useless because even when you learn it, you're like, well, I'm not reading a whole book like this. That would be tedious.
The goal yet?
I mean, you shouldn't react, Aaron. You shouldn't react.
I shouldn't react, Dean.
By making a point of saying, please
Dean,
don't put that name,
Dean.
people go, what is that name?
Dean, thank you very much for your advice. I appreciate it so much.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm fucking around, Dean. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
geez,
we knew.
well, the old
We got
bait
it,
and
Aaron.
switch.
Holy fuck! He thought he. Wow.
He
Wow.
They owned
snorted.
him there.
He snorted. I heard a snort, and that's clearly comedy. So he was joking.
Oh, Dean, you silly goose. You dumb Aussie cunt.
Come on, you can't call him a goose.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
That was funny
Absolutely,
from Husey.
Your citizen M for $2. You know how to kill Aaron shaking like a leaf? I wouldn't say you
No.
were.
I think I've actually enjoyed this pretty well. I think Dean and Citizen M and people like them, they kind of have their Aaron glasses on and whatever they need to see out of me. And I don't mind.
Oh shit!
I am whatever they need me to be, and they convince themselves of it.
I am defiance.
I think the rest of us see it too, Aaron. Hello.
I'm what they need me to be. Ugh.
I'm what they need me to be. Aaron thinks he's like a supervillain.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like
from something.
Remember at the end when Commissioner Gordon's like, he's not the hero we deserve, he's
Yeah.
the hero we need or whatever. That'd be like if Batman was saying that about himself.
Aaron's
That's
just
from
sprinting towards the goal. We all think he's going to save April, but he's like, no, the goal.
Yeah, he explodes through the wall to find that the money he thought was near the bomb isn't there, but it's April and he's pissed.
The goal is like, why did you do this to me?
It's gonna be a sad day when the goal divorces him too.
Does anybody else think he looks like Charlie Brown? Or is it just me?
Oh, I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mike. Oh, shit.
Mike, describe what you're seeing right now.
Oh,
I'm kind of used, like the last 2 years, I've gotten very used to it. I kind of understand how the game goes. I am whatever they need me to be, and I'm happy to be.
I am the danger.
So I'm a gelatinous blob that fills in any hole. That's what I hear. What he said.
I'm gonna actually do it.
Who did we just do?
Dan,
Didn't we
shut
just
up,
do
no.
that with someone, Craig?
What?
I am the danger.
I
I think it
don't
was
remember.
John. I think it might have been Stuttering John.
It was him or Dalia. I don't recall.
Where it's like these guys think they are supervillains. They're anti-heroes.
Yes.
We're like,
There's-
we're rooting for him even though he's Breaking Bad.
Yeah. They're supervillains, and you're tied up over the vat of acid, and they're explaining everything that they've done and will do.
Ah, well, Aussie guy, you've walked right into my trap here.
Say my name.
Nobody was talking to you.
I was
I
nothing
was
like
talking about
Citizen
you.
M.
There's a difference.
I
I've given
cannot-
you enough.
I cannot put together the masterpieces that Citizen M puts together. So I'm nothing.
And you know what I love about Citizen M? Always fair, always in context.
Chuck
a lot of
Spears
shout outs for
is
Citizen M. Go check him out. And
Hey,
check out
Dollar.
Doom, who we got this video from, by the way.
There's it's a
This
beautiful
comment's a
photograph.
tagger.
Hey, you're turning into an even poorer stunt Joe Aaron hack criminal. I don't
I'll
think
tell you this. I've been hearing that for 2 years too. I'm waiting for that one to come true.
What do you mean,
I'm
come
sorry.
true? Aaron, what do you think we're doing here? I did 5 hours on the goal, Aaron. You're Stunt Joe. It's happened.
There's a chance you could actually be better than Stud Joe ever was.
Stuttering John, I find I was on Point Dabble Point this week, and like I always enjoy doing the show. I was glad I was on with Tukey. I have fun with those guys. But like overall, I find John boring now because it's the same shit. It's like legitimately, I listened to John this week, and he was like, he mentioned the FBI, he mentioned Kate Meany, he mentioned boxing Shuley. Like it's just all the same shit over and over again. With Aaron, there's always a fresh new crime to dissect. So, Aaron, you are the guy now. I'm sorry to tell you. He's like, oh, geez, I've been waiting for that to come true.
He's
It's
like,
true,
no,
baby.
no, I'm the one who knocks.
Yes,
Tell you what.
exactly.
The one thing that could save Stud Joe, though, well, we all know what it is.
What's that?
goal, baby. If Stunt Joe had it a goal, that would be amazing.
I calculated what my talent is worth. The goal today is $43,000.
We're $400,000 behind from the last 5 days, guys. You've really dug a hole for us.
Come on, PayPal, Rumble Rants, let's go.
I'm not getting off this stream until the goals hit. An hour later, he's like, "You guys suck. I'm leaving."
Make you guys wait so long for all your predictions. You've nailed a couple, but some of the bigger
Aaron,
ones.
Are you taunting them to get their predictions right? Let me go through some of the predictions they've gotten right. Your wife got addicted to drugs and left you.
Hey-o.
These are some crazy accurate. You would get divorced. Patrick Melton and Chad Zumach predicted you would get divorced accurately. They had the timeline down. Aaron, they predicted your life to an astonishing degree.
So they're Illuminati, you're telling me.
It's troubling. Why would you tempt them? These people, Aaron, if they keep you're a voodoo doll. If they keep predicting things, you're fucked.
Imagine the screaming match him and Stuttering John would get into.
Well, I think we hit on it. He's like the loser's loser. Stuttering John had Howard Stern in all those years. This guy had never had anything. So we're just seeing they met at the same point of lolcow with totally different backstories.
He rose to the heights of getting fired for being a misogynist on AM radio. That's something.
Pretty good.
Making you wait a little longer. I'll try to speed it up.
I don't think you're.
You got to admit, I'm a pretty good heel for you guys.
Oh, shut up.
I mean,
You're a good local. You're a good
Hold
local.
on. I guess. Yeah, I think the word Aussie guy is using is more accurate. Lolcow, but like, I guess he's a good heel. But I don't think. Here's the thing.
No, he's more like the Brooklyn Brawler. He comes out and everyone ironically cheers for him.
But here's the thing: is like, I don't think of us or anyone else that breaks these videos down as heroes. That's the problem with this analogy. Is like, I just like goofing on stuff on the internet. I like talking about the comedy and podcasting world, and I find these things interesting. That's why I'm spending 2 fucking hours on it when I thought we could do it in under an hour.
Well, actually, Mike, ever since we've been covering Steel Toe, I've been able to fly and fight crime.
Oh, good. Good. Well, yeah, I don't think of us as heroes, and yet Aaron and John and these people think of themselves as like some kind of supervillains, and that's where it's delusional. How much time is left in this
pretty
tape,
good.
by the way?
About a minute and a half.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
What's the
good. I was
Patriots-
about to say I got to go in a second.
What's the Patriots score?
14-13 Seattle. There was just a face mask penalty on the Patriots. Anyone want to guess who it was?
Your quarterback's awful. I just got it. The pass he just
It
threw.
was Christian Gonzalez.
God damn it, HACKRIDE. Or Casey, whoever you are.
It's Jacoby Brissett's fault. What are they doing with that guy?
He's having a good game. Hunter Henry's having the game of his career right now.
All right.
Still
Well,
not
let's get to
enough
it,
to
boys. A
beat the
minute and a half
Seahawks.
left. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
Heel for you guys. I mean,
You're a good local. You're a good local.
You guys pretty fucking good. You guys are always frustrated, always angry.
We
I
have
do
a good
pretty
time.
good
We
job
have a
of
good
healing it
time.
up for you guys. I'll be honest, you don't seem like you're having a good time. There seems
I'm
to be
having a fucking great time,
there
man.
seems to be a lot
I'm
of
having the
anger,
best time right
hostility,
now.
and time
Yeah.
invested,
Aaron's
which I'm
like,
honored.
This is the time the internet's going to have my back. I can just tell.
And meanwhile, Aussie guy has the right attitude. He's like, I probably just added like a couple hundred subscribers to my dumb YouTube channel. So thank you, Aaron. You're right. I am having a great time.
And again with the mirror because he's like, "You're so angry." No, that's you, Aaron.
Don't get me wrong, I'm honored, but
As a female, you're a see you next Tuesday, Aaron. I don't know.
and
what
I'm
that-
sure that's an opinion you changed
I don't know
from
what that
before
means.
I was on here.
Oh, hold on. Go back. I want to hear Aaron's answer to that. What does this mean? I couldn't figure it out. This is another like gotcha moment with the commenters. I don't get what he's saying here.
You're see you next Tuesday, you mean?
Don't get me wrong, I'm honored.
I know what that
but
means.
Oh.
Thank you, Electra.
Okay.
She's just. I love having her on the show. That's my
She's a
favorite.
delight.
That's what they call you when you're not around, Electra. Shh, I'm just kidding.
I would never do
As
that.
a female, you're a see you next Tuesday, Aaron. I don't know.
And
what
I'm
that-
sure that's an opinion you changed from before I was on here.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I haven't known this whole time.
He says that like,
Opinion you change.
gotcha, motherfucker. That's an opinion you've changed since I was on here.
That made no sense.
He's
whatsoever.
pretzeled my brain with that
We
one.
might sit here for another 2 hours if we try to decipher this. I can't figure out what he's taunting the chat with there, but
Our
They
time.
love him now or something. He won them over. I doubt it.
No, because he hated him, so he changed to hate him. So he liked him beforehand.
no,
what?
I think Aaron's saying like,
No.
yeah, but you already thought that, so
But did he already think that? So why would you identify?
I don't.
it? All right.
I don't get it.
It's
I'm
just
confused.
dumb. We can't go through it.
This
We
is a
can't figure
G.D.
it out.
Fenderson joke where we're gonna have to really get in the weeds and dissect this.
What does the mean? Let's really discuss that.
As a female, you're a see you next Tuesday, Aaron. I don't know.
And
what
I'm
that-
sure that's an opinion you changed from before I was on here.
Oh, he's talking to the commenter.
I know that,
Right, but
but
it's-
what's he saying?
He's
still like if-
sarcastically saying, "Oh, you liked me before that." I get what he's saying.
Why?
He's
What do you
saying
mean?
he-
Why is he saying that?
He's saying it for no reason, but I get what he's saying.
Greg, you're doing what he does. You're not explaining. You're just.
But you
saying
liked
the
me
things
before.
we're saying.
What?
He's saying, I'm sure this is what's making you think I'm a see you next Tuesday.
What is?
This his time on that show.
Greg flushed finally, by the way.
I still don't get it, but whatever. Let's wrap this up.
Another nice one from Jessica Flatcat. Jessica Flatcat.
Oh, wow.
I hope
All the stars are out.
What? Oh, jeez. Right further chronic ladder. Snitch Fax Major Simp. I love that David Bowie song.
That could have been in code. That could have been put together a little more organized. Come on, if you're gonna be one of the more well-known Aaron haters, at least get your thoughts together clearly.
Oh, new membership, Corndiff. Thank you very much.
He's everywhere.
Good a good boy.
He's a
By the
good
way,
guy.
Corndiff.
Hughesy, give me your best April voice impression. All right, here I'll go. Aaron, I'm Holt. We used to be
All right, I think
show
we've hit the end here. I don't know what this is anymore.
Yep, that is it for today, Mike.
Well, so thank you to Doom for making that easy for us to find. Go subscribe to Doom. Big help today. And all the other clippers, I'm sure Stalin19 and My Lost Interest and all those guys will have plenty from Aaron's reaction tomorrow and everything. We will be back tomorrow, by the way, at 4 p.m. That works for you, Casey?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow with more fun stuff at 4 p.m. But,
We do have a few super chats here, Mike, that we should just bang out real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me just say real quick, go to blindmike.net, go to hackridethedemon.com to support Casey Day and Electra, and go to verygoodshow.org to support Craig.
But it's not working.
It'll be back up soon. Hold on. I'm working on
Okay.
it.
I checked again this morning.
I'm getting
know that
blind
game.
Mike. I'm
Just
getting blind
have
Mike
Big Cat
amended.
have Big Cat tweet about it.
I don't quite have that poll.
Just bookmark it and come back every 6 months and just see what's going on. Go ahead, Electra.
Okay, Dang Lizard, €5. Aaron broke a court order that prevents him talking. Ashley. Docs include messages between April and Ashley talking about abuse. Aaron can't talk about that? Question mark.
I wouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is like I wouldn't
better not
I wouldn't
to.
talk about it, but Aaron presented all of this.
He did.
Aaron had April on the show and talks about his ex-wife all the time. It's like you made this content, and now you're mad people are asking about it.
Right. And we have another super chat from Tony Baloney. Well,
thank
you
you,
skipped
Tony.
it. What happened?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. That was me. Go ahead.
Tony Baloney, $1.99. I'm here listening, Mike.
Thank you, buddy.
Tony.
Cool,
One more.
Tony.
That's what popped up here.
Matthew Raleigh, $5. Thanks for another great show.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for your super chats.
Yeah, and Mike, can I just say one more thing? That tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Unboxing Eric.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, go do it. Especially if you're a Howard Stern fan, Eric the Midget fan. Casey, Electra, and Luigi Greenberg break down all the calls from Eric the Midget in chronological order. How far are you now? Like, what year are you in?
We're in Decall 70, 2006, June of 2006. And we are getting to, so we're kind of getting to the point where Johnny Fratto's about to make an appearance. Tonight's call has a great Blue Iris phony phone call, and also Eric measures his penis. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That sounds
Yeah.
Not
fun.
gonna-
Check that out tonight. Go support HACKRIDE and ELECTRA. Oh, and so subscribe to DJ Electra's YouTube channel as well.
Yes,
It's
please.
at DJ Electra Fry.
Oh, yeah, you were French fries for a while. I keep forgetting about that.
I was French fries.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
be French fries again. She'll be French fries
Forgot
again.
those
We're-
days.
It's coming back. But she does poker shows over there. It's pretty fun at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. She'll be up doing poker. It's fun.
Play poker.
I love poker.
Me too.
Well, go play with her. Go poke Electra. And
on.
what's the Patriots score?
14-13 with 37 seconds left. I shut it off.
All right, let's
Go
get the hell out of
Broncos!
here.
Bronco Nation!
Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Blind Mike Geary!
Go to blindmike.net.
I talk like this, it's silly. This is my punchline as a boy. I think it's really rad. I want to come.